Today I'm super excited to be here. And today I'm here with Paron, who's one of our incredible spinal flow practitioners. And part of me bringing people on here was, I think I shared with you guys, it's enough of everybody just hearing Carli speaking to herself. But I've just got some incredible practitioners out there doing some incredible, amazing stuff with the spinal flow technique. And I just thought, it's better that you hear from them. So welcome. I'm excited that you're here.
Thank you.
And we were just having a little chat before, and I just asked her, why, why spinal flow? What's made you want to, become a healer? And you started to share about, the body doing its own thing. Can you let us know, what is it for you that makes you love doing what you do?
I think it's the fact that we tend to forget how amazing the body is. And spinal flow just kind of brings it all together and reminds us how amazing the body is and how it can heal itself. And the fact that we don't need anything else to heal ourselves, it's just spinal flow. And the things that I've seen it do it just blows my mind. Every day, every session, it blows my mind.
It blows my mind, but I'm going to take it saying it's not even spinal flow. So spinal flow is like the tool, but it's actually the body's incredible wisdom, because the body knows what to do. I know for myself as a former chiropractor, I was out looking for, how can Carli fix the body? And I've got to fix this or put this into place. But then I realized, well, that's my mind. Actually, if the body's got a blockage or the body's holding stress, there's a wisdom in that, and the body's doing exactly what it needs to do because of what's happened in life. It wasn't able to feel or process. And I love now that, for me, I don't have to come in and fix anything because it's not broken. I just allow the body to come fine, do what it needs, which is amazing.
And I think that's one of the most beautiful things we can witness as a practitioner, is actually seeing the wisdom in the body working. We think about it within ourselves, but it's not actually until you see it on someone else. It's like, wow, you forget.
You do. Well, you do forget. You think that everything outside is smarter, but it's not. Wisdom comes from inside. And we teach that on our programs. It's like, make a contact and then watch and then get really excited. And what happens is, people start to move their body, or even like some areas start to crack or move themselves. And it's like, oh, just watching this mystery and awe of wonder of what the body can do, because the body's amazing.
It is. And then for the client to actually feel and see the difference as well. So it's not just us witnessing it, it's them feeling and seeing the difference as well. So there you go. I love it. I love it all.
I love it too. Well, thank you for being on this journey with me to change people's lives. And that's, that's for me. Oh my, wow. I never really planned to put a modality out there, but it just was that everywhere I walked and everywhere I was, there's just so much suffering. And so many people have got pain and stress and all different types of symptoms. And for me, I was like, you know what? We've got to do something different. And I just love that we've got a tribe now of just incredible practitioners or healers, whatever you want to call us, that are doing good stuff. Now, saying that, like, you've been telling me about some good stuff that you've been doing in your practice here in the Gold Coast. Can you share, you talked to me about, that someone about trying to get pregnant. Can you tell us more about that?
Okay, I'd love to. So I've had a couple of clients come to me specifically because they've had a few IVF round cycles and been unsuccessful. So they purely came to see me at Saltwater Spinal Flow for their reproductive issues. So one of them, and I'll talk about this one, she came for one session. At the end of that week, she was having egg transferred. And then she did follow-up sessions, 2 follow-up sessions, one a week. And then a month later, she was successful. She was pregnant, and she went full term. I was able to do spinal flow on both her and baby, which was very, very special. Yeah, so that just blew me away. It blew her away too. She just wished that she found spinal flow a lot earlier. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was really cool. And I also, because she had a cesarean, she had a lot of uh, pain around the midsection, the power gateway. So yeah, after 2 sessions with her, it was gone.
Yeah,
So
wow.
that, yeah,
And I have to
she was
say,
just blown away.
got my little spine. So, we do work, the body's connected, and when there's stress that's stored in the body, what I've found with people that have difficulty in getting pregnant, often there can be some blockages here. This is the lumbar spine, this is the power gateway through here. And we can find that there's tension or blockages there that is restricting or changing the nerve supply that needs to go to the ovaries and the reproductive areas. So when we work with spinal flow, what we're doing is we're creating more ease in the body, we're creating less blockages and more flow. So the nerves that need to come and do what they need to do can come and do that. So I'm as well, like I don't have a practice now, but when I did, I used to work with so many beautiful women and help them get pregnant. Or if they were doing IVF, help support them with that. And there's nothing more beautiful than when the body starts to release the blockages and the stress from the system, and the body's able to do what it needs to do, which is to bring new life in there. So I love that you're helping. Did you work with another person trying to get them pregnant as well?
I did, yeah. She came to me a couple of times. It was quite emotional for her because she'd tried so many times. It was emotional for both her and her husband. Um, and I suggested maybe her husband coming, but then when I followed up, she said that she was pregnant. So I was like, boom.
Yay, that's awesome. And
Yeah,
just for people, because I just want to make sure that when people are going to watch this and go, oh, I want to get pregnant, I'm coming to see someone for one session. And it's not like that. It isn't. Sometimes, someone comes in and there's a session or two and everything changes. Other times it can be a really long time. It might be 3, 6 months
yeah,
or intense sessions. Every single body's body is different. Every single person has had a different set of life circumstances to create different types of stresses in the body. So please know as well, if this is you and you're watching this and going, I want help, we would love
yeah,
to help you. But please know, the course and the timing, we don't know that. But what we do know is that with every spinal flow session, that we're creating more ease in the body, we're creating the body to move towards greater health, greater healing, so the body can do what it's designed to do, which is super exciting. I love that you're working with these women and men, families really, to help them
yeah.
have babies. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Talk to me. You also spoke to me about a little person.
Yes. So this little person is 3 years old. She started coming for spinal flow sessions in September last year. Just once a fortnight because she comes one week and then her mother comes the following week. So they alternate. They have a session every fortnight. Um, she had a quick water birth, so there was a bit of birth trauma. She's on the spectrum. She has autism. What we found at the start, or what her mum told me at the start, was that she was struggling socially, very anxious, very stressed. She had digestive problems, constipated all the time, emotionally dysregulated, took a lot of time to calm down, lots of food aversions and food sensitivities, disengaged, not interested in activities or people, didn't make eye, like avoided eye contact, and yeah, just was very disconnected. So since her sessions, we have found that she's more confident emotionally and socially. Like her kindy teacher has said to the mum, like, what is going on? She's more socially interactive. Like instead of not engaging with other kids, she wants to socially connect. She now pushes people on the swing, instead of like trying to grab them off or not being, yeah. But yeah, so she's socially more engaged. Her bowel movements are more regular, so she hasn't been constipated since before Christmas. Eye contact, she now lays on the table for like a good 15, 20 minutes without moving. It's just amazing the changes. And even during the sessions, I still see the little twitches and everything going. And where at the start, she'd kind of lift her legs up and try and kick my hand off when I was down on the sacrum. So cute. So I'd like go in between her legs and try and sneak in there. But she was obviously feeling some sort of sensation for her to, realize if I kick my legs up, something's going on down there. But now she just lays completely still and enjoys the session. Happier, able to regulate her emotions by herself and recovers quickly. She's open to trying new food, like, the sensory things. It's just amazing. What else? Less tactile defensiveness, interacting more. Yeah, just
How good that.
amazing
I had
stuff.
also my practice that I had when I worked in Melbourne. I used to see heaps of kids that were diagnosed with all different things, like all different things on the spectrum. And, the poor families would come in and say, "Can you help?" And I was like, "I'd love to. Let's just see what's happening in the body, in the nervous system." And
Yeah,
often I would feel, so often I would find a blockage right here at the top. It's what we
yeah,
call the pause gateway in spinal flow, but it's right at the top at C1. And when there's a blockage up here, it's like the messages from the brain are not coming through, or they're not getting through as well as they need to be. And by using spinal flow and allowing the body to dump tension, same thing. It's like, if someone says to me, "Well, can my person have, they're diagnosed with autism, can they not have autism?" It's like, that's not what we do at all. It's actually about, tell me what's happening in their lives. Okay, there's, constipation, there's trouble sleeping, there's trouble engaging, there's difficulty concentrating. It's like, let's help with that. And you tell me what changes you notice. And that was one of my most favorite things in my practice, was to have these kids that were struggling in life and they were holding tension in their bodies. Sometimes their bodies weren't feeling like a 5-year-old or a 6 or 7-year-old. It was feeling like so much tension in their spine. But when that started to drop away and there was more ease and more flow, their life started to change. And I used to also get like messages from the teachers, and they'd say, "I don't know what's happened, but they're focusing more, or they're concentrating more, or their writing has changed." And mum and dad just really noticing change. So, and now it's just becoming, everybody's on a spectrum of something. I actually think we all are, but it's
yeah.
so hard to fit into what this normal is, and these kids are struggling. So I'm just really grateful that you are out there doing really good stuff, changing this little person's life, which changes their family's life, but also brings out to the possibility to others. It's like, well, what could life look like when the body is doing what it needs to do, and there's not blockages, and the connection from the brain to the body is able to move up and down without interference. So I love that you shared that. Thank you.
Oh, another thing I'd like to add with that, because she was nonverbal, but now she says, "Hi, Freckles." She says when she comes in for a session, she high fives me. She's looking at me when she says, "Hi, Freckles." Yeah, she's so
And
cute.
what is her parent, that who's bringing her into your practice? What do they say?
Mum.
Her mum,
Oh,
what's she saying?
yeah. Amazing. Like, thank you.
Oh,
She's and with her having sessions with the alternate week too, so that's helping her as well.
that's so well, that's the
The
thing
mum, yeah.
about, knowing that we're all connected. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Thank you, thank you. You have one more to share with us?
I do. So this is another client that I've been seeing since September last year. A middle-aged lady. So she came to see me to just improve her life in all areas. She was dealing with a lot of childhood trauma, anxiety, all the things, blockages in all the gateways. Um, the one thing, oh, well, one of the main things that I've really loved is seeing her reduce her antidepressant medication. She was on 500 mil, she's down to 50.
Wow.
Her whole life has changed. She's got more connection to herself. She's got more connection to her kids. She's got more focus and clarity on what she wants to do. She hasn't been happy with her life or in her life for a very long time. So since Spinal Flow, it's kind of given her more self try things and live with more passion and do things that she really has a love for. So huge changes. I did write some stuff down because there is a bit of a list. So I asked her how she's feeling. Emotionally, she feels like with every session, she's able to go deeper, removing layers, and letting it go, forgiving herself and forgiving others, seeing herself in a different life, seeing the true essence of who she truly is. And she said this, embracing my kids, she's fallen in love with them all over again. So yeah, she feels like she's in a more peaceful, positive place in her life with more strength, more openness and more love for herself. No more neck pain, no more heavy head, no more jaw pain, sleeping, more deep sleep, like straight away. Kidney issues, so that's going to the toilet is like the frequency has lessened. Lower back pain and hip. What lower back pain and hip pain? Her anxiety, yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, reducing the chemical stress, with the medication has just been huge. And yeah, her overall positiveness and love for life again is just, yeah, life changing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is what got me into doing a different, I studied as a chiropractor, and when I finished, it was amazing. It was an incredible degree, and I love chiropractic. And it got to a stage that I was helping people with headaches and back pain. I was helping them have from big headaches to a little bit of headaches, or, pain to no pain. But for me, what happened was I was like, you know what? There's so many people that help with that. There's so many people in this world that are incredible practitioners that help with that. And I was thinking, well, that's it for me. I'm done. And then I had to really go deeper, and I was like, well, what is it that I really want to do? I was like, I want to change lives. I don't want to work with people to change a little bit of pain. I want to really look at how can I change their whole lives. And that's where working with a body like we do was like, people started to say, some medication to less, or I'm sleeping better, or I'm happy. And I'm like, oh, now I'm making a difference. And that's with what
Yeah.
you were saying. I'm like, oh, that's the key, because we have got one body, we have got one life. And I really just want to see people to be able to like wake up in the morning and feel good inside the body they have. And I know that that's what we do with Spinal Flow, which is incredible. And what's she saying now, this woman? Is she just in shock that her whole world has changed?
Yeah, definitely. It's changed her, yeah. It's changed her, not just the physical aspect, but more so the emotional. Like she just can't believe it. Can't believe the changes that have happened in that space of time. But again, it's her. It was already there. It's just, removing the layers of stress from her body and enabling her to come back to who she truly is. And that's what she said. She hasn't felt like this in years.
That's so good. Oh, thank you for sharing that. And I think what's come up for me with what you just said now, with all the people that you've worked with and that you do work with every day, is that, people are still looking outside for help. It's that drug, it's that surgery, it's that person. But actually, inside us is all the healing we need. And so it's kind of like it's not going out. It's like, can we tap into that is already inside your body? Because the wisdom inside the body, it's there anyway. We just need to allow it to be free so it can come and do what it knows for healing to happen. And the reason I'm doing these videos now is because I just want people to know that for someone like me, I finished school, I went straight into chiropractic, and then I went straight into the world of helping people heal. So I only know one thing, that the body heals, because I haven't had a different life. But there's people on here that really don't know that. And so my thing is, well, you know what? If I'm going to get all my practitioners on here and we're going to let you know over and over what's possible, it's bringing hope into people to know that, you know what, healing can happen. Healing doesn't have to be hard. Yes, it might take time, for sure. It might, but that's okay, because some of you guys have been in pain or struggling for 10, 20, 30 years. It's okay. to take time to come to the other end of it. But I just want to really be on here for you guys to know, well, if this has happened for your people and for other people that we've got here, why can't that happen for you? Because it can.
Definitely. Healing can happen.
Healing does happen. And we have our calls. So we've got our calls with our practitioners and our students. We have 4 calls a week in our certification program. And on all of these calls, like we just hear the best stories of what people are doing with spinal flow. And that's where I was like, okay, it's time to share this stuff because healing does happen. And, you know, the way I look at a body is not that it's broken. I get that, you know, people have got a lifetime of stress and you might have had accidents and surgery and all of that. But the body's incredible and there's always an amount of ease and openness. And we just want to grow that so healing can happen and we can decrease blockages. So I'm on a mission. You are on a mission too. And I just think it's awesome to share what is possible with our people. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for sharing the incredible stuff that you are doing in your practice. And, you know, thank you for being on a journey with me, changing people's lives.
Thank you for having me.